Coming up in this episode of the KickCast, a mobile record player, find out who Scat and the cat, and the wallet gets e-inked. So sit back and relax. It's time for the KickCast. Hey everybody, it is time for another episode of the KickCast, the podcast where we go out and find projects and let you know if you should backtrack or sack them. I am one half of the show, Ktdata, and joining me is a man who is, I think, single-handedly forcing me to step up my studio game because he has a sick looking podcast studio now.
I should have just gone up there tonight.
Yeah, the one and only Drew Tyler. How are you doing?
Good, everybody. Good morning. No, I should have. We spent all weekend hanging acoustic foam in our new podcast studio, which is 4 months now. Well, 3 months that I've been in it, and we bought a 70-inch TV, so it is just ready for content. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. I'm jelly because I saw you setting up the cameras and everything, and then the acoustic foam, you got the colored one so it matches your school's colors, which make it just so much more sick looking. And now I'm like,
it's so cool.
I'm sitting around looking at mine like, man, I need to buy some panels, maybe get green and black to deck it all out behind me.
They're not even as much acoustic as they are just decoration because they're so thin, and they're I think I got 96 of them for maybe $30. Or it was just too cheap to be good, but boy, they look good.
Yeah, but they're angled enough, right?
Yeah, there's some angles on there. I need some bass traps in the room, but it is beautiful. It's fun. I'm very close to being able to just spit out shows as quickly as I want. I'm still kind of dinking around, but it's been a long time coming.
But I am jealous, so if you guys don't know, follow Night20 on Twitter to see these amazing things. And
I do. I post things just to make you
just get studio envy. And now I'm like, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, maybe I should get some spotlights, add some splash of color behind me or something. Just something to step up my game so I don't feel like a scrub.
The production scrub.
It's got to be, right?
I like it. It's real. Yep.
So if this is your first time watching this show, first of all, welcome to the show. I always love doing the show because I get to catch up with Drew. I don't see him as often as I'd like, so that's why we like doing the show. But we also like talking about crowdfunding projects. My wallet, on the other hand, does not. So before we jump into our projects tonight, we have a couple pieces of news to cover. And this one, I'm actually not too surprised that it happened. So far we've had kind of like Indiegogo. First off, they started in the crowdfunding. So you have your ideas for creating your design, your project. It's not really created. And then they jumped up to the indie man. All right, now you've got your money. You've got enough to create your project. They've actually stepped it up to one more level where now you don't even need to develop your item, your whatever you're doing on Indiegogo. And people kind of done that before. But now if you've already had an already made product, you can sell directly on Indiegogo. This is kind of crazy if you think about it, because there's no pre-sales or anything. Nope, it's straight up a buy page, and they've redesigned it so you can sell a single item on your page easily. Right now it's a pilot program, so not everybody has access to it, but like with all things, it's eventually going to be open to everybody. They're working with kind of people who have applied to it, and this is the evolution of that Indie Man project up to the actual, let's just sell a product if you have one. So an example is the Jules sous vide. Is that how you say it, Drew? I don't cook.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's one of those devices that where you boil your meat at a constant temperature for a gazillion hours and becomes delicious or something like that. But here's an example of their page where you can see the buy now. There's no goal, no how much money raised. Straight up, just buy now. Video and pictures of the screenshots that you can go through the device. And a little bit of description, estimated time. So hey, maybe I should get this for Peach. You think she'd use it?
Oh man, she'd use it.
It's because it's estimated in 1 to 2 weeks, so it's guaranteed holiday delivery.
Oh wow.
On there, it's $200.
But mushrooms, I won't eat mushrooms. That's what's all over in their pictures. It's all mushrooms.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you didn't like mushrooms.
It's out of all the years, she's gotten me to eat all kinds of wonderful, delicious things that I didn't know about before. Except mushrooms. We cannot get past this.
That is even on a pizza?
No, yeah, exactly. No pizza, no.
That was my gateway food for mushrooms. Was I'm like, okay, it's on there. I'm too lazy to pick it off, and I'm like, I kind of like mushrooms.
Really? No, yeah. I can't do it.
Yeah. So do you kind of see this making sense for Indiegogo? So like we're Kickstarter's like, no, we're not a store. We're not a store. These are ideas. These are you're helping create the process. And Indiegogo's like,
Right.
yeah, just come buy stuff from us.
We want a piece of that pie. I don't know what I think about it. I think that it certainly is one way for them to just separate themselves, or to at least stand out and be like, okay, here's how we go. And which one has the hookup with Amazon? Is it Indiegogo stuff as well? Like,
I think
or is
both
it
of them do
Kickstarter?
now.
Both of them do now, right?
Yeah.
So there is some like curating that's going on and intentional like trying to pitch and sell. And Kickstarter went to the, if you go to a closed page, then you can like it's like linked out like this. This project is ended. Here's where they are now. Go find them and buy off their website, so you can still use that traction. This is interesting. I think that it's probably a fine way to go. I mean, really, traffic's traffic.
Yeah, I mean, and you've kind of seen this evolution of Indiegogo where Kickstarter seems to be in its happy place right now, where we're like, it's this idea of you're basically giving money for an idea, where Indiegogo has kind of strayed from that. It's like, okay, yeah, you have your idea, we can do that. We also do if you have your idea and you're making it on a small scale and you want to sell stuff, we do that. And now it's like, hey, if you have product ready to ship, we do that too. Kind of that full process where they're a little bit more varied. And I know I've had to be vigilant when I'm picking Indiegogo projects now, because sometimes those in-demand ones will sneak in, and now I'm imagining these full straight-on sales one will sneak in versus the traditional crowdfunding one.
Yep. I don't mind it though. I don't mind it. I think that it's a fine innovation, because we're going to need to have this kind of continued evolution of crowdfunding and seeing where things go, and whatever the market supports, that's what's going to keep rolling. So I think it's a fine thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just have this feeling that Indiegogo's just their marketing message from now on is, how are we different from Kickstarter? We can be your one-stop shop for everything from idea to conception. We have consultants that you can hire on to do stuff, crowdfund it, and then sell it. Everything you can just live on Indiegogo and sell stuff through us.
Yep.
So that may be one thing you want to consider if you've crowdfunded stuff or you have a product that you want to sell. You could go straight to that. Okay. So for our next bit of news, because of course, as the time of we're recording, this is the December, and Christmas is coming upon us, and I'm not gonna lie, if you live in the U.S., there's not a lot of news going on this month. But
nope, we all just shut down and start like planning and shopping on Amazon.
Just counting down days. By the way, I spent a whole lot of money on Black Friday.
Did you?
which is the true holiday. Let's be honest. Thanksgiving is just straight for carbo loading.
What's beautiful this week? It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like there were deals for like 5 days, and I didn't spend the money, but I saw the deals.
Yeah, I should show you this gold chrome BB-8 Funko Pop figure I got. It's sweet. It's it came under glass or plastic, whatever.
You have, my friend, a problem.
Yeah, let's be honest.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, I do. But as long as you guys don't do interventions, I'm good. But anyways,
not yet.
Back to this. One of the things, and I'm not gonna lie, Drew, you probably never had this problem, but I had this problem when I first started making videos and stuff. I was a little shy, and we've preached a lot that saying having a video on your crowdfunding project is very, very important.
Right.
I mean, right. I know I weigh the video higher than what's written on the articles when I prep for the show.
Yep.
If that gives you any indication. So
it feels like you get so much more information if they do it right. You get so much more information than you would if you didn't watch the video, right? Or you can do it in 3 or 4 minutes rather than perusing and answering your own questions and stuff. Yeah. Yes, videos are huge.
Yep. So what's great is Salvador Brigman of crowdcutcrux.com made this awesome video. It's a 15-minute video, so you'll probably want to sit down and watch it.
It's meaty. It's meaty, yeah.
But he kind of goes through not just like, okay, this is how you frame a shot and stuff. No. He actually focuses on you as the person who's going to be in the video and what you can do to get in the right mode. You've probably seen this many a time, Drew, when you get one of your new students who is not as comfortable in front of a camera. Not like us now, where we're like, camera? What camera? It's like, hi, my name's Joe, and
my favorite thing is that the students that I get that do that are the ones that they don't really want to produce like normal video, like infotainment or entertainment, any of that. They want to make Let's Plays. And I'm like, half of a Let's Play is not the game you're playing, it's you. It's you and your charisma, your character, and you are the quietest, mousiest. Like, you won't be able to do this because you're too shy in person, let alone on camera. Like, this won't work.
Yeah, because you don't want. Okay, if you watch a Let's Play, the last thing you want to do is just hear, okay, now we're gonna go over here, and then all you hear is mouse clicking.
I have so
click.
many students that are like, Let's Play fanatics, but that is who they are.
Yeah.
So this guy had some tips.
Yeah, so he had some great tips, and part of it, he's like, first of all, you need to get into the mindset of being able to sell your product. You got to hype yourself up before you can hype other people up. And he gives you suggestions. So listen to some music. His case is he likes to listen to a lot of EDM music before the show before he starts recording. So he's amped up. Or do something cool. Like he's like, look at kitten videos. One that never fails me is going to look at Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show clips. Those always get me happy. Another one is to talk to the one and only Drew Tyler right before the show. That gets me amped up.
Going.
So those are kind of tips. He's like, yeah, get your energy up because that's going to be one of the more important things to do. And especially if you do videos where you're on screen. I love one of his other tips that he came up with is to have eye contact with people. So look straight at the camera.
Which is awkward, right?
Yeah, it's awkward because
green light.
Yeah. Oh well, they don't even have lights on them anymore.
Yeah.
So I know when I first did, I'm like, this is kind of weird, but I'm used to it, so I can look at that. I'm like, yeah, I am looking into the soul of Drew, even though it's an iris of a camera.
It does take some practice.
But so I really like this video. Like I said, it's a little long, but it has some very good information about how you can act in front of the camera and less on the details. Because I've noticed if you look at a lot of these videos, how to make excellent Kickstarter videos and stuff, they tend to talk more on the technical stuff, right? And not quite what to actually do on camera. They give you an overview, but I love his insights and his thoughts. And one of the greatest examples is him doing this video. I won't say it is like the top tier in terms of production quality and stuff, but his energy keeps you engaged when you're watching that video. I mean, I think I hear a siren or something going off halfway through the video because he's just filming in his apartment, but you still want to I mean, I didn't get bored watching it, and I think that's something you want to make sure is in your videos is don't bore your audience or they'll just turn it off.
Yep, absolutely.
That or just take a class from Drew Tyler. He'll show you how to be awesome.
He's never cover all of the awesome.
He's never had to struggle to do that. But he can, show you a little bit of the slight awesomeness that is Drew.
I know something. I like this though. Honestly, I do a lot of the tech stuff. You and I talk about the tech stuff, having a nice engaging video, but that all comes down to who's your host, who's going to be the face on the camera, and this is good info.
Yeah. All right, so those are our projects or our news stories that we have today. We don't have any kick shouts. Those are our Twitter length shout outs. But I mean, Lords of Acid, they have a new album.
Yes,
check them out.
They're pulling all the fans back in so they can make pretty and kink. So if you like it was kind of like, I'd almost say early EDM, but it was like, it was digital fun. Mm-hmm. They're coming back. Yep, so enjoy that.
Check that out. So if you guys want to be featured on a kick shout, we don't filter them out other than for like, if it's obscene, but other than that, we'll do a quick 120 character summary of your project to talk about. So you can always just tweet one of us or send us an email, kickcast@ktdata.net. So for our first project of the night, Drew, you know this because this is one of the few times I actually head to your part of town if I'm not visiting you.
It's vinyl day, huh?
It's record store day. I love collecting records. Right here, you can see this limited edition Genesis of the Daleks Doctor Who one. That's on a blue TARDIS vinyl, which is pretty cool. But it's an audio play of when Doctor Who actually first met the Daleks and the creation of them. But I always love that. Part of the problem with that is I only can do it in the studio because of my record players right here. You
don't pick that up and walk around with that.
Yeah, they're not portable. And then, I mean, like, this is something I could see taking with me. And hey, Drew, have you listened to this audio play yet? I can't have you listen to it because you don't have a record player.
Nope, not at all.
So what's great is our first project is called the Rock Block, and it is a portable wireless record player. You're going like, what?
So can you do that?
Yeah. Normally a normal record player for all you youngins, because I think there are people out there that might not even know what a record is or how it plays, is usually you have a turntable and the table on it, there's a little spinny deal. You put the record on there, and then you have a stylus, which is a little needle. You put it on top of on that record, and it spins at a specific speed, and it will play audio, right?
That's as simple as it gets, folks. Yeah. That right there is the record player from way back
way back then. So the rock block is actually what they do is they have actually shifted the entire table, and instead of spinning the record, it spins the stylus along the grooves of the record.
Amazing.
So it's a little tiny box that has Bluetooth built in, and what it does is it rolls on top of your vinyl as it plays.
I think it has little rubber wheels or something, kind of keeps it safe, so it's not scratching things.
Yeah, it has little rubber wheels that distributes the weight, because what happens is part of this, and this is when you start getting nerdy in terms of like vinyl players. There's the force of the needle is variable, and you don't want it too heavy because it will ruin the grooves, and you don't want it too light or you can't hear any of the music. So this has been kind of tuned to play around, and there's a speaker built in, so as it spins around, it can actually play the record. Or it has Bluetooth built in, where you can actually hook it up to, another Bluetooth speaker or something louder, and if you want it amplified, and it will play the music through that too.
Which is so cool, right? I mean, you just set a record on a table and just basically put the needle in the groove.
Yeah.
And just, look at that. It just spins around like a car on a racetrack.
Yeah. And you can hear the music playing too on this. And it just spins around, so it's like almost a reverse record player.
Yeah.
And what's even cooler about this is there is actually a level that you can back for $15, which is called the Sheetrock. It is a paper record player.
So what is different about the Sheetrock?
So the Sheetrock is a piece of paper you fold up, and you can use it as a record player. Where is the video of the Sheetrock? Right here.
There, I just saw, yeah.
So this is the video, and you manually spin the record, and it acts as your speaker and everything.
So it uses the paper to echo it or to bounce it around. It has a little bit of a groove where the needle. Is there a needle on the paper?
Yeah, there's a tiny needle on the paper, and depending on how fast you spin it, it actually plays.
That's amazing. See, right there, back it to get the Sheetrock. That's awesome.
Yeah, and what's great about it is if you want the Sheetrock, the level is $15. And you get a random record.
That's right.
For reference, you know how much a record usually costs? Around $15 to $20.
Get yourself a random record. Once, for many years, I kept a record of Menudo that I got from the radio station, and I kept it for years, thinking I was going to sell that thing on eBay, because Menudo was the first band that Ricky Martin was a part of, and I had a record for Menudo, and I was going to do something with it. And then after 10 years of carrying it around, I finally just said, somebody at DI is going to do something with it. So I gave it away.
Send it to the DI. The funny part is
you probably picked it up.
I didn't. I would have picked it up. But I have one record that's a radio station copy, and that is from the 1987 movie soundtrack of the Transformers movie. The vinyl is actually older than I am. And the only reason I have a radio station copy is because that was the only copy I could get that wouldn't cost me an arm and a leg.
That's awesome.
And I love Transformers that much that I wanted that on vinyl, but it says radio copy on it.
That's hilarious.
But is this something you would pick up if you're a big vinyl?
Yes, if I had any vinyl, and I don't have any in my house, but one of my wife's brothers got Grandpa's vinyl player. His vinyl, his. What vinyl he had, but he got the record player, and it lasted probably about another 3 years before the needle gave out, and he doesn't know how to replace it. He's not into it. He just has it as a set piece now. But
I can replace his cartridge for him.
Right? If I had any of that stuff, I think if I had any vinyl, rock block would be a really, really cool way to show off some of those sounds.
Yeah. So
love it.
Yeah, if your brother ever wants to get rid of it, you should take it, and I will totally go and replace the needle for you and calibrate it. Yeah. But yeah, no, I love this because it's portable. I can't see myself just carrying this around everywhere, but I think it's such a good attention grabber centerpiece where you're like, oh, check out this album. You throw it down and you put that on there and play it. The only thing that I'm not quite sure, because he doesn't list this anywhere, is in terms of the needle, I don't think he has listed what the needle is, or if it's a custom needle, or if you can replace it.
What happens if that? Good point.
Yeah, because not all needles are made the same, and that actually is something that will affect sound quality. Is the type of needle you use in there, the brand and stuff. Like I know mine has a special Riga needle that's actually listed on there. Their other standard models have like a octophoron or something.
This is a world that is foreign to me.
Yeah,
but it is a back. Yeah. I love the idea, and it is a back for me.
Yeah, and 2-hour charging time too. So I love the whole idea of that. So that is the rock block. I think it's an awesome idea. This is interesting because normally you don't cover board games or card games per se.
Oh.
And so how about you introduce this next one? Because I know you were playing a deck builder actually over the Thanksgiving weekend.
I did play some games. I played a nice deck builder based on Lord of the Rings, I think, or The Hobbit. So that was kind of a fun game to play. We played a giant game of Settlers of Catan with the 3D pieces, so it was like a $300 set. And
that's cool.
I only play every once in a while when I go up to Evanston, so it was kind of fun to play that. So I ran across this game as I was looking through projects, and this beauty right here, I don't know if I can say the whole name, but I'll say it's the name of the game is Who Crapped in My Cat. But it's a little more crass than that. Yeah, I just don't think that we can say shit.
Yeah, we can. FCC don't got anything on us.
but in an effort to keep this just manageable, I'll tell you all about this cool game. It is a very unique, kind of a rare game, but yet it's built on this kind of basic idea of a game I used to play when I was a kid called I Doubt It, and it was a game where you would just be bored of whatever it was the card deck was for, Uno or Rook or poker cards, and if you were bored of what you were playing, you'd play the game of I Doubt It, where everybody would basically take a big stack in their hand, and you'd go around in a circle, and everybody would have to put down number 1. The next person has to do number 2, number 3, number 4, and eventually it gets to you, and you don't have that number. I guess this was also called I Doubt It, and I think in other circles BS. It was called BS, right?
Yeah.
So that premise of like, I'm bluffing. I'm going to put a card down, tell you what you think it is, and if you call me on it, then I take the whole deck, right? So this Who Crapped My Cat, I'm sure the organizer is going to be like, no, Drew, it's Who Shit My Cat, which is just funny to say. Same idea, but what they've got is this plush cat that sits in the middle of the part of the gameplay, and the way that it's played is you have, I think it's 5 cards or so that are in your hand.
Yeah, you have a deck of stuff, right, like this.
A small deck. Oh, there you go. So you have a small deck of things, of these strange things, and this is what's hilarious. This is stuff like a globe of Nebraska, a Swiss Army hat. Like, these are things that are in your hand that are just random things that you shove in the cat. You also have in your hand, everybody has one poop card. Okay, one caca card is in your hand. So it's upside down. Nobody can see it, but you draw one from the deck, add it to yours, shuffle, and you pick one and slide it in. You don't even know. You don't even know if you put the poop in there.
When Drew says slide it in, he means actually slide it into a cat. So if you're watching the video, they turn around this prototype of the cat. There's a hole at the back of the cat where you put the cards in.
And you just take turns popping your cards in the cat. And so you could shove globes and hats and keys and Titanic tankers, like you shove them in the cat, and until somebody calls you on it and goes, wait, you shit in my cat. And then you pull the cards out. Well, no, you don't pull the cards out.
You look at your hands.
You turn your cards over. You turn your cards over, and you turn them over one by one to see if you still have your caca card still in your hand. If it's still in your hand, you couldn't have put it in the cat, so you're safe. Game goes on. But if you pull over all your cards and you don't have the caca card, you're the one that stuck it in the cat. So, I don't know. There's just some fun ways that they play, and I think that as a silly, ridiculous, fun way to just game and, it's kind of adorable.
They also have modifier cards, too, that you can play to force people to put cards into the cat. That's when it's not their turn and stuff. So there's a little bit of strategy, too, that goes along with it. Yep. And if I'm guessing if you're a good card counter, you'd probably be really good at this game. But I just love this premise that you're just stuffing this cat full of junk.
You stuff in, and you tell, you get a chance to kind of tell what you're putting in there, so you can lie about it. You can say I'm putting in a globe, and that's how they tell if you're lying or not. It's not just sliding the card. You tell them what it is you're putting in, slide in there. So this is just really kind of a truly unique. I love the artwork on it. I love the humor in it. As strange as it is, I kind of have an urge to back this just so that I can have a cat with pockets, just so I can people would see that in my office. What's this? It's a game. Want to play?
Drew, I need my opinion on if I need to take this 2700 class or this 2750 class. You need to play the game.
Need to play the game. Got some time. Play the game, son.
Yeah.
But well, also I love their tiers, their rewards on this. For like $8, you can download high res and print your own cards. Play, just by sticking stuff in any empty container, you can play the same game. $14, you get a copy of their cards, but no cat.
I love how it's written in Spanish too. ¿Dónde está el gato?
That's the name of that tier. But anyway, I love the tiers. And then if you get up to, I think it was at 200 or 300, like you can be one of the characters that they sketch onto one of the cards, so they'll cartoonize you and put you into the game for that much, right? I know, I know. I almost got you with that, like unique, only one of a kind backer.
So the funny thing is, I would want to do it, but I would want to put you on it, and then
sketch me,
and then I wouldn't let you know about it. So I'd bring, hey Drew, you want to play this game? Remember we talked about this game, and then just hope like you get it,
and then find my face where I'm like, you made me the card, and then I'd be so enamored that you spent so much money to play a prank on me, to troll me with that.
Yeah, and just to hear the fact that I put Knight 20 into the cat.
That would be, yeah. As you play it, I'm shooting Knight 20. So they have ways to go. They've got 34 days to go. There's already 26 backers, but they're like maybe maybe a 30th of their way to go. Looking for 31,000.
They did just launch today, yesterday?
Yesterday, so they got time.
So yeah,
they're moving.
Mm-hmm. And I love this game because this is what I consider more of an entry level game. The rules are simple enough where people can pick it up fairly quickly. You don't have to like go through like this 40-page rule book. I've played games like that. I enjoy that, but I know not everybody does. So
she does not. Although I don't know that she would love this, but she does not. She does not love long games.
Even if there was a card of you on it.
Maybe if there was a card of me, she might put stuff in the cat. I just play with my kids to teach them how to lie with a straight face. Listen, let's do it again. The dog ate my homework. Now load the cat. Let's go.
Yes, I am 6 years old. I need the child discount.
That's exactly what I needed. But Dad.
Yeah. So yeah, this one's another back for me too. I just love the simplicity of it and just the fun humor on it. Like I've seen some of these games where people get way too serious about it. This one is just for laughs and a good time when you're sitting around the table.
Yep, love it. Back in it. Yep.
All right, so for our last project of the night, and this was close because this is our usual viewers vote. So if you guys don't pay attention to our social media channels on the nights we record, which is Tuesday, we usually put out a vote where you can actually pick what project. This one actually tied with another one, which was the Moonlight bedtime story projector for your mobile phone. You can guys go check that out.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That tied with this. But this one, I think Drew and I can relate a little bit more to because your kids are almost grown and you're just like, go to bed.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, get out. Done.
And I don't have kids, so I have no heart. So this actually replaces my heart because this is where I keep my money.
This is a good segue. Yes.
Okay, you're like, okay, KT, this is a wallet. Yeah, we've seen a lot of wallets on crowdfunding projects, like a lot. I mean, even Utah, the Crab wallet was a local like overnight hit and stuff. But this, my friends, is a smart wallet, and it has, wait for it, Bluetooth. which is our always tips. If you ever want to find a crowdfunding project, just stick Bluetooth into something and throw it on Kickstarter. Don't do that, but this is called the Wonder Wallet. And what's cool about it is there's an e-ink screen on one side of the phone. And you can you can customize it to show any kind of design or whatever you want. They have a whole bunch of them. So and you can see the resolution is pretty high because there's like a picture of a stormtrooper in a car, and it doesn't look like super blocky, right? It looks fairly well what it's supposed to be. Good. And it's kind of one of those new sliding wallets that you can just hide your cards and stuff in. But what's cool about it is it does pair with your phone, and it can display stuff like your calendars and stuff, and it's also aware where you are. So say you had left a note, remind me to pick something up at the store, you could, when you walk to the store, it would like show that note or that update or show your calendar, and you can see like, oh yeah, I just need to go do that. There's also a quick draw feature where you can just like slide up the cards you need, say your credit card and you for those people who still use cash, you can put a money clip on it too. The other features they have is what's cool about it is I love that if you're a public transit, it displays the subway map and the
right, to show you like, hey, you're close to the subway. I bet you want to know where your routes are.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That it's super cool about that, and it also can store your rewards cards, because that's a problem with my wallet. I have like 4 or 5 different reward cards in there because one's for the movie theater, one's for the grocery store, one's for Subway.
Yep.
And that's actually the bulk of like my wallet is fairly thick because of the stupid cards.
Yep.
So that's why I'm kind of excited that you can actually do this if they have barcodes and stuff. I don't know how it's going to compare to like the MagStripe cards, which is not weird. And then it also has the screen will also change if you program it to say you walk out of Bluetooth distance to it. It will say this wallet has been lost and have your contact information and stuff. And since it does have a GPS chip in it, you can actually locate it with that. And according to this video, there is also an added benefit that you can also pick up girls with it.
You pick up girls. They tell this nice little story about leaving the wallet behind, and she finds it. No, she doesn't rob the guy. She calls him and makes him sit down and have a drink with her so she can give it back to him. Yeah. So I like this idea. I think it's really fun. And they did for a while. I think there was a company that was doing, maybe they're obviously still doing, e-ink type displays on the back of a phone case. So it was kind of like, you don't have to fire up your phone all the time. We'll send certain updates to the back of your phone. So you have basically 2 screens, and one is e-ink. But it's kind of fun idea to put this on a wallet that's separated. You're going to carry cards around anyway, and this just makes that wallet a little bit more attached, and it's smart.
And making that display useful, because I'm not gonna lie, I am probably not the greatest person to send to the grocery store to buy stuff because I'll remember one thing and then when I'm walking out, like, oh shoot, I forgot the ice that I needed to go with this. So if I had this on my wallet, I could pull it out before I get to the cash register. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go grab this, and this too. And for all the tech details that you want, it's a 3-point-inch e-ink screen that's 600 by 360 pixels. iOS and Android, Bluetooth, of course. And I can't remember what the lifespan of it is, but it's probably fairly long because e-ink does not use a lot of power at all.
Right.
But 3 days after a full charge is on average is what they put for this. And this is a cool wallet, I have to say. And I actually was surprised that was an e-ink screen when I first saw it. I thought it was a full LCD screen. And then I read it like e-ink. Like, what?
It's like $50 bucks for a super early bird. By the time you get to the retail, it's closer to 80 or 90. But
yeah,
really cool looking.
Yeah, could you see this putting this in your pocket?
Yeah, it feels a little. Well, I mean, I was gonna say it feels a little big, but yeah.
Well, you already got like an iPhone 7 on the.
I have a 7
pocket.
on one side, and I actually have a wallet, like one of those cases that you can slide one card in the back.
Uh-huh.
But I also have my wallet that I end up carrying around because it has my Prox card and all the other things that I need. And it's a George Costanza wallet. It's probably like 3 inches thick,
yeah,
so this is nothing compared to that.
Yeah, and I love it because I mean I have a George Costanza wallet too because. Again, stupid reward cards, man.
Reward cards.
Stupid reward cards. But then you're like, but then I don't get the deal if I don't have it. So I really like this. I know it's a little pricey, but I think that e-ink screen is pretty cool.
And you can put your pictures on it. Like, not only does it display things that your phone like sends to it Bluetooth wise, but you can just throw 10 pictures in there and cycle through them and be like, I feel like Batman today.
Yeah. You're not gonna put your kids on there?
Oh no. My dog, maybe my dog, I would be like, don't you see my cute little puppy? Oh. Yeah. And then I'd pick up chicks with my dog.
Yeah, I'm interested in the picking up chicks feature of this thing. So, maybe I should get that and like have one of my screens just so, hey, I'm single. Here's my number. Just casually leave it on the table when I'm talking to a person.
It's your own little eHarmony.
Maybe I'll put a QR code on it too, so she doesn't even have to type it in.
Yeah, if she's geeky enough, then you'll know. If you scan this QR code, then you're looking for love.
That's the litmus test right there. So
good. I like what you think.
This is the Wonder Wallet. It's a flexible goal for me. This is a track just because I'm
They've got a ways to go.
I'm curious to see where it goes, but I'm interested enough in the idea that if it's close enough, I might chip in the extra to get them over their hump.
Yeah, and if they're close enough that flexible goal was going to be like, okay, backers, thanks for everything, here you go, like it was become a purchasing thing, then yeah, I'd be tracking. So I'll call that a track with you.
Yep. All right. So our last project tonight, it's time for our sack of the week.
Oh my gosh, you said sack.
Yep. And so parents, please forgive me. Please forgive me. You may not want your kids to listen to this.
Let your children leave the room for this one.
Yeah. Or just do you have your kids do the plug the ears and go na thing?
They do it anyway.
Okay.
They do it anyway. Yeah.
So I think
our literal sack of the week.
Yeah, our little sack of the week. Drew, I think you've seen this before, where you're driving and then you see a truck or something have a sack, 2 ball bearings hanging off the back of the truck, right?
Yes, and I grew up in Wyoming, so yes, I saw a lot of these, and every time I would go, "You're so stupid! Like that is the gross. What is the point of that giant like saggy sack? What's the point? Like, yeah, it was the most ridiculous thing."
Yeah. So now you don't have to have a truck to do this, Drew. You can do it at your desk with our at your desk with nice balls. Be productive while you touch your balls.
Yeah,
literally. Yep. That is the tagline they put on it. So it's a little suction cup dealy thing that looks like a pair of testicles. Yeah. Yep. I was like, what's the proper way of saying this? Testicles.
Danglecole.
Yeah.
Dangle.
The danglies, and you can dangle it on the bottom of your desk. And it's following this like trend of recent where those fidget toys that you've seen since the fidget did
Which
so
I'm
well.
To get mine, but this is definitely a full hand fidget.
This is you stick it under your desk and then you can play with the testicles as you work.
Okay, so this is what I don't get. Like this is a guy that they got, I guess.
And I love how they have to have a girl.
Yes. So the guy that designed this for them designed special effects for the movie Gravity, and and now somehow he gets hooked up with these guys, and they're like, "Hey, you did some really great work in Gravity. We were just wondering if maybe you could make us just some faux balls. You know, this is something that you can put your hands on."
Yeah, can you now work with gravity? You worked gravity-less. We need gravity. We need accurate gravity to go along with this, and this is
so.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with this one. I don't know anybody, and I know a lot of people, but I don't know anybody that would be like, yeah, I'm gonna stick that under my desk because that's hilarious. I don't know. I just think
I don't see anybody who would want to do that at home because I'm not putting this in an office. There's no way I'm putting this in an office.
There are 219 people. This is interesting for our sacks of the week. We're usually looking at like one backer, no backers, or somebody that's like, funded themselves. This is 219 people that have backed our sack. This is amazing to me. They've got another month plus to go. They're about 8,000 out of 30,000, so they've got a fifth of the way there. But this is somebody is doing something right with the marketing. If you can sell a I don't even know, is it plastic silicone? Like, what is this? I don't know.
I have something.
If you can sell silicone balls, then you've got a like snake oil. Like somebody booked this team. It is a team, by the way. It's not just a dude or a guy. This is like a 12-man team who's making this fantastic.
This is the team right here.
Yeah, they're real people. So it's a sack, but I can't think of anything they're doing wrong. They're doing everything right. The video is right. The target is right. The marketing is right. It's a sack.
These guys from Spain, and I didn't even notice this, is they have like production sketches.
Yep. Accurate production sketches.
Of how this works. I didn't notice that the first time around. But yeah. I
don't even know what to say.
I can see like people just buying this because it's funny. I just can't see anybody like leaving this on a desk somewhere. Probably prank.
Maybe it's all prank gifts. Yeah. Maybe every one of these people is like, you know what? Let's go ahead and give that to our secretary as a joke.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know what they are.
Rev has a good idea. He's like, get 40 of them. And well, you don't have 40 edit bays, but I was like, stick all of them under the edit bays.
So if you're trying to cut and you can't see your way through something, just reach down and just, wow.
just do that on the first day of school. And then just You walk out. All right, who's the Joker that put all these balls under the desk? And just see which ones of students actually have a sense of humor.
I keep telling you guys, you got to man up. You got to own it and go with it and
grab life by the balls, literally.
Yeah. And they all did. Gosh, that's fantastic.
But yeah, that is our sack of the week. If you guys have suggestions for sack of the week, or any of our regular projects, shoot us an email, kickcast@ktdata.net, or leave it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/doubleburst, of course. Or you can just tweet at Night20 or at KTData. You might want to just tweet me the NSFW ones so I can.
Yes.
I need to shield Drew's eyes. I don't want to ruin taint his awesomeness by showing him too many lucrative things. I mean, I think he almost blew a gasket when we did the adult crowdfunding website.
Oh yeah, that was a wild one.
And
yep.
And I was the idiot that didn't occur to me how dirty the name of the site was. But you can do that. At Night20, at KTData, at KickCast for the show, of course. And of course, we'll have another live episode, which will be the 20th of December, right?
Yeah, wow. We'll see if we make, you know what? That's Peach's birthday. We're not doing the show that day. I'm not. You could pull somebody else in, but I can't do that. There's no way.
We should have her on the show.
We should make it a birthday show.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you feel about nice balls? She'd never talk to me again.
Yeah, let's talk about that again. We need her support.
Yeah, but we'll figure out something for our next show, and then after that, I believe will be our crazy CES extravaganza, and I'm sad that Drew's not going to be there.
Man, nope. Nope. I can't fit one more thing in my life.
One of these days, I'm going to have enough money where I'll be like, Drew, just take the time off, come with me, and you don't have to worry about anything. One of these days. One of these days is going to happen, and we're going to have an awesome 2-man show at CES.
Someday we can roll with the live rig all day long.
Yep, it's going to be awesome. So keep an eye on all the show posts and everything. Drew, you want to plug anything before we go?
I'm excited about doing our little big cast tomorrow afternoon. We should do it right in the new studio, so you'll see all of
the
toys and
sweet studio,
sweet stuff there. I've got a new blog for anybody that loves to do live production. Right now it's just on Medium, so if you go to medium.com/go live is the name of it. Go live, go-live is how you find it. medium.com/go-live. But really right now what I'm doing with that is just writing up things for like how to connect OBS to YouTube, how to choose the best cameras, best gear for going live. So we're basically just talking about all the live production type things that we know. So check that out, and maybe we'll have KT doing a little bit of guest writing for us. Huh?
Definitely. So I thought about this. Between you and me, we have almost 2 decades worth of streaming experience, which is nuts, right?
Yep, it's true. It's true. And then I have another guy that's writing with me every once in a while. You know, Josh Levitri, who adds another 7 or 8 years of streaming.
Yeah. So
we know our stuff.
We're not one of those let's play. Okay. We're going to be playing Minecraft today.
Nope. In fact, he and I are hoping to start a show soon that will be like just a visual version of this blog of live production tips and tricks.
Fancy. I'm excited to see that. All right, my friends, until our next episode. Bye-bye.
Later.